Is there a fake Frank Zappa?
Well, the title of the book is The Real Frank Zappa Book. There are a number of, I would say, rather stupid exploitation-type books that have been written about me by other people.
This is The Real Frank Zappa Book.
Yes, because I wrote it. It's the only one that's out that I wrote.
Okay, Frank, is it a history? Do you tell us about birth? Do you give us highlight points of life, school events, etc.?
Well, it's got, a certain amount of nostalgic stuff that was a prerequisite for doing the book, but the agreement that I had with the publisher was, excuse me, that I would be able to, instead of just doing an ordinary autobiography type thing, put some portions of the book to be essays about topics that interested me. So it's about 50-50.
Do you think the kind of person you are, a very opinionated person, does that come into your writing?
Yes.
Someone with a good ear would know that this is a angry man?
No, I think that most people, their response to the book, find it to be very funny.
Funny?
Yes.
Do you think you're funny?
Well, I think I can be funny.
Because your image is one more of a person who's pounding his fist saying that's wrong.
Well, in today's world of situational ethics, if you pound your fist and say it's wrong, that could be funny.
Okay, let's discuss some of the things. One, the new issue of Billboard magazine says that the United States Congress has been privately advised as long as 2 years ago by its legal counsel that it has the constitutional right to regulate explicit sound recording lyrics and to restrict minors' access to them. Want to comment?
I think it's unfortunate.
That's your only comment?
Yeah, that's my only comment. It's unfortunate.
Unfortunate that the legal counsel feels that way?
Unfortunate that people are making such a big deal about lyrics on records.
Well, elaborate for me. You think that's not a big deal? We should not be concerned about
we should not be concerned about it. I say this. If lyrics on records could produce the kinds of negative results that certain people claim they produce, then take this example. Most of the records which are broadcast on the radio are songs about love. 99% is about love. And all we hear on the radio is love. So if the lyrics were impressing our society, what will we have here? Disneyland, but we don't.
So therefore the lyrics aren't working.
I don't think that the argument that if you hear a lyric, you're going to act out the lyric holds much water.
Is that still an issue? I mean, we haven't heard from Tipper Gore much. Is that still an issue? Do you expect that to come before Congress again?
In this country, anything is possible.
Don't you feel better about this administration than the prior one?
Well, I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt. I didn't vote for George Bush, but I would say that to be fair, you got to let him develop and see what he's going to do. I'm waiting for some positive results from this administration, but basically what I see is indecision, a mugwump syndrome where you're sitting on the fence and trying not to really do anything, because along with a deed comes the responsibility for the deed.
Okay, you're angry about televangelists too, are you not?
Well, I don't like them very much, no.
All right, but you would not deny their right to purchase the time?
Well, I think that they have the right to purchase the time. What I do object to is the fact that when a man purchases time on a television channel, and he's paying very good money for this time, especially on some of the independent channels, in some cases an extremely high rate for this time, it gives him a certain amount of leverage to control the rest of the content on the channel. In other words, if I went to a broadcaster and said, I want to do a show on your channel, and Jimmy Swaggart, for example, was another person buying time on the channel, and he was paying a large amount of money for this time, he could, in effect, say, I don't want to be on the same channel with this type of entertainment or that type of entertainment, or I'm taking my show, which pays you a lot of money, Mr. License Holder, to another channel. And so it gives him leverage to control the content of the rest of what's on the air.
Yeah. Economic threat.
That's right.
Okay. You named your kids Moon Unit, Dweezil, Amit Rodan, and Diva.
Amit Amuka Rodan.
Amika Rodan.
Amuka.
Yeah.
E-M-U-U-K-H-A.
Okay. Why not Charles, Billy, Willie, and Sarah?
I didn't feel like it.
Why do you not listen to the radio?
Because I don't find anything on it that's interesting.
You find nothing on the radio that's interesting?
No. So I like news. If there's news radio, and if I'm in a car, I'll listen to news radio, but I don't like American entertainment radio.
You have not driven a car in 20 years.
Yeah, my license expired in 1967.
Why, Frank?
Why did my license expire?
No. Why, Frank, don't you drive?
Because when it expired, I refused to ever in life stand in line at the Department of Motor Vehicles in California again.
You mean based on that, the fact that it might take an hour or two of your time, you decided it's better not to drive?
How about 4 hours of my time?
Okay, 4 hours, Frank.
4 hours of my time, and I refused to be subjected to that ever again in life. And I wasn't going anywhere anyway, so if I'm just going to stay home and I only need to go from my house to the airport or from my house down to CNN every once in a while, why?